Welcome to the Horror Archive. Tonight's entry originates from rural Louisiana, recovered from a residential incident file following an unexplained predatory breach event. Field notes confirm multiple witness accounts describing non-standard anatomical structure, elevated intelligence response patterns, and coordinated avoidance behavior following external intervention attempts. If you are new here, this archive preserves accounts of encounters where something bites, and what is left behind is no longer fully human. Some entries are fictional, some are unverified, and some begin on nights where the woods feel closer than they should. Listener, beware. You are beyond the point of no return. When it happened, the air felt heavy, stagnant, like the world had stopped exhaling. It was thick and suffocating. The heat clung to my skin like wet wool, making every breath feel labored and borrowed. The silence behind the Piggly Wiggly was unnerving, an expectant hush that made the hum of the distant street lights sound like a warning. The birds stopped chirping, making the air feel eerie, like something was watching, waiting, just beyond the tree line. I was tossing the last bit of cardboard into the bin when the stillness broke. Something growled. Something that didn't sound like the strays we usually dealt with. A low, guttural noise that seemed to reverberate through the dark. Then came the rush. A blur of shadow hitting me with the force of a high-speed car, slamming my head against the metal bin. I remember the smell first, that nauseating smell of metallic rot. Then the pain. That's when I really started screaming and thrashing. A jagged, hot tearing into my calf that felt like a serrated blade as it bit through my muscle. I tried to scream louder, hoping someone, anyone, would hear me and help, but the air was knocked out of me by the creature's sheer mass. I looked up from where I lay on the asphalt bleeding. The thing that bit me wasn't just an animal. It was big. A hulking monster of muscle and black fur that looked like it was stitched together in a nightmare. Standing on its hind legs, it easily cleared 7 feet, carrying its weight in a way no normal animal would. Its limbs were terrifyingly long, the forearms ending in heavy spade-like paws equipped with claws that looked like they could tear through someone in a second. Its snout was extended like a wolf, its jaw unhinged, revealing a row of serrated teeth that seemed to grow over one another. It's the eyes that froze my blood. They weren't the vacant eyes of a beast. They had a terrifying, human-like intelligence, as if there was a man trapped deep inside that ribcage screaming through the teeth of this beast. As it huffed, a thick, viral steam rolled off its snout, smelling of the iron tang of every kill it had ever made. No fucking way. It's not possible. My coworkers and some others came running out the back doors, curious as to what was making the commotion outside, on alert. Someone shot at it. I caught a glimpse of wide eyes, floating amber, hungry. And then it retreated, howling back into the woods, leaving the concrete stained and the air smelling of blood. I told Sarah it was just a stray dog. I lied to the clinic too, even as Doc stared at the wound, which has remained hot to the touch. Since, pulsing with a slow, sickly heat, as the day has passed, the lies feel as thin as my own skin. I'm clutching the porcelain sink until my knuckles turn white, watching my own reflection dissolve in the mirror. My skin is sickly, shimmering with a hot oil sweat. My eyes look like they're being pushed forward from the inside. Something is wrong with my gums. A raw, grinding ache, like my skull is too small, like my teeth are trying to force their way out. Every pulse is a white-hot spike of pain. Outside, the moon is ascending, a giant glowing eye watching through the trees, into the bathroom window. It's full tonight. With every inch it rises, the world becomes a screaming choir of noises. I can hear the hiss-click of the neighbor's sprinkler 3 houses down. I can smell the dust in the floor vents and the pennies in my daughter's piggy bank down the hall. Everything is too loud. Everything is too close. A violent twitch seizes my body. My jeans feel like iron bands, constricting muscles that are suddenly too large, too dense. I stumble toward the kitchen, my bare feet slapping against the hardwood with a heavy, flat thud that doesn't belong to a man. I peer at the clock on the stovetop. 12 a.m. I am guided by a gravity I can't fight. I don't turn on the light. The glow of the full moon is enough to turn the kitchen into a landscape of shadow and silver. I'm hunched over the open refrigerator, the motor hum sounding like a jet engine in my ears. I'm not eating. I'm tearing. I've already shredded a pack of raw chicken thighs, plastic wrap and all, and now I am gnawing on the frozen roast we've had in here since before Christmas, the ice crystals stinging my lips. The cold is the only thing that dulls the fire in my jaw. The sound is sharp, like a dry branch snapping in the wind. I gasp, dropping the meat, my breath coming in ragged pants. I watch, paralyzed, as my right index finger elongates, the joint popping with a wet, sickening tear of my skin. It thickens, sharpening into a black hooked nail. My spine is unknitting. It feels like firecrackers going off beneath my skin, one vertebrae at a time, forcing my torso to lengthen and twist into a predatory arch. The skin along my back splits like parchment, tearing. Needle-sharp fur begins to erupt through the bloodied gaps. My shoulders relocate, the collarbones snapping, resetting higher and wider, giving me a terrifying hunched silhouette. I want to scream, but my vocal cords are thickening into a heavy, corded muscle. My ears migrate toward the top of my skull, twitching as they catch the sound of a spider crawling across the ceiling. Every exhale smells like damp dog and heavy metallic blood. I collapse onto all fours, the remaining fabric of my shirt exploding off my back. My humanity is retreating into a small dark corner. I feel my jaw stretch, the skin of my cheeks tearing to accommodate the newest extension, the agonizing ripping of serrated ivory finally bursting through my bleeding gums. My human teeth hit the tile with the soft tink-tink of dropped coins. I hear the sound of the door creaking open at the end of the hallway, the small footsteps of a little girl drawing near. "Daddy?" That voice. I don't turn around. Run. The word is a jagged splinter in my mind, the last flickering candle before the dark. I want to scream at her to get the hell out of here, to hide, to get away from me. But my throat is now a weapon that only hungers for the kill. Not her. Please not her. Get away, baby girl, run. The thoughts are dying, suffocated by a red haze. I can't. I shouldn't. My massive, fur-matted shoulders heave in the yellow light of the open fridge, my claws scouring deep, permanent groves into the linoleum as I fight the urge to howl. "Daddy, what are you doing?" I can smell her strawberry shampoo. I can hear her heart. So fast, so loud. Trapped. To the thing I have become, this sound isn't a heartbeat. It's a dinner bell. I can feel the last of my human thoughts flicker and die as I slowly turn my snout towards her. That concludes tonight's archived entry. Specimen remains active. Designation unresolved. Field notes and casualty reports confirm subject remains uncontained. Behavioral oscillation patterns continue post-event. In rural Louisiana, there are things in the woods that don't simply watch you. They learn, they return, and sometimes they're hungry. Field notes in the same way every time, not with silence, but with the lingering sense that something is there long after the recording stops. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to see what gets archived next. And as always, this is the Horror Archive.